Good morning, guys. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Brooklinn Khoury. I'm 21 years old. I was attacked by a pit bull.
We were in the kitchen, like normal day, we were about to go out to lunch, and the dog was sitting down. I was standing up and I was petting his head and I was like, "You're such a good boy, you're such a good boy." And I turned and then I looked back and he sprung off the floor and was hanging onto my mouth, to my upper lip, and like all legs off of the ground. And in an instant, like my instinct was, get on the floor, hold his head, and go wherever he goes, and don't let go. So I was like on the floor, like sumo wrestling position, grabbing him, and when dogs have a toy and they kind of like whip it, that's basically what he was doing with my head. So I was just holding him, going back and forth, and he finally released, and I was like, I like stood up, and I have a really high pain tolerance, so I didn't really know what was happening. I didn't know how bad the accident was, but I remember getting up and I was like, oh, this is the best breath of fresh air that I've ever had. It felt like someone took dry ice and shoved it up my nose. I kind of looked down and there was just blood like all over my shirt. Wow, my life just changed within the split of a second. Like, where do I go from here?
I think my biggest fear with everything as it transpired was her mental health. Something that you don't want any of your kids to go through.
On the first day I came back from the hospital, I was looking at myself in the mirror. My parents were helping me get my face dressing on. And I looked at them in front of the mirror and I like almost had a breakdown because it just kind of hit me. I was out of shock. Face was so different. I was scared of myself, but in a week I've learned to just love myself, accept what I look like right now, and just know like this is not what I'm gonna look like for the rest of my life. And if it was, I'll learn to love and accept myself, but for right now, it's not permanent.
She is positive and has a positive mindset about it, but I don't think people realize sometimes how severe it is or how hard on her it is and how heavy of a weight that she carries constantly. I mean, like her whole life changed in the flash of a moment, and they're like, wow, you're so inspiring, but I wish people could like watch her day-to-day life, her constant decision to choose to be happy and positive and look at it as like, well, what can I do now? Instead of like, wow, my whole life has changed, I wish I could go back. Every day she chooses to look at the bright side.
Skateboarding is the one place and the one thing that I can get my mind off of everything. The community that it has is like so uplifting and encouraging, and sometimes when I go to the skate park, not everyone knows what's happened to me, but a lot of people ask and they're like, dude, you're getting through it, at least you can skate. And I'm like, at least I can skate.
I have a lot of people telling me not to post my face right now because of the way that it looks, but I am not going to hide the process, because if someone is watching this video and they're going through the same thing, they're going to be able to relate and be able to feel not alone. So I'm going to share. Sorry if I'm oversharing. If you're uncomfortable in any way, you don't have to watch, but I feel very passionately about sharing the vulnerable process. I was under for 20 hours and they made an incision here to connect my nerve from here to my new skin here. Everything went well. The nerve, the tissue, the skin is all well, live, and healing, which is really, really good and really rare. My fingers can move, nerve damage, none, so thank God. I know I look different. I know I look crazy right now because of how swollen my face is, but no point in hiding. I'm happy to share this. I'm happy to like help anyone that I can.
She hasn't really changed. She's stayed this positive person. And hearing the outpouring of the people, like I said, from all over the world, commenting, you know, keep going, you're strong, you know, I had an accident happen to me and I've been in my room for 6 months and you've given me the courage to go out in the world now because of your situation. Those are the things that, you know, as a parent, it's like she's helping people that she doesn't even know she's helping. She knows she's helping some of them, but there's thousands of people out there, I'm sure, that she'll never know about that she's helped. Maybe she's helped them, they thought they were gonna commit suicide or something like that, and they didn't because of her story. You just don't know all those things, you know? And I know they're out there. And I know there are people that are changing their world because of her story.
It makes me so happy to see so many people responding to Brooklyn in a positive way and reaching out, because no one really realizes how much other people have an impact on her.
Like my dad said a long time ago, you have two roads to choose. Like, you can either feel bad for yourself or you can continue to do what you love to do. And I think November 3rd is a day to choose to smile and choose to be happy and choose to like live with what you have and appreciate everything that you have at the same time.